Hey guys, Jarek here doing some more Halo 4, and first things first, I gotta say a few things before I actually get into this video. Whenever you say a game needs to be patched, people come out of nowhere and start just saying, well, that's just because you suck at the game. First off, fuck you. Secondly, I think this is proof enough to show that I'm at least decent enough at the game to win. In fact, this isn't even my best game. This was an okay game at best. But yeah, there are some patching things that need to happen in Halo 4. Secondly, I want to state something else. I'm having a lot of fun with Halo 4. Don't think that this takes away too much from the game. It's still worth it. But when there are some issues and this game could be better, it does take away a little bit of fun from the multiplayer. Now here's the problems I have. 1. The Regicide game mode can go fuck itself. I don't know who decided it would be a great idea to take away regular free-for-all and add in a point-based Regicide type thing, where the person leading gets punished for doing well. That's completely fucking stupid. I wouldn't complain if they didn't add in regular free-for-all, but there's no regular free-for-all, it's just Regicide. By the way, nuts grenade throw that guy, holy shit. But yeah, you are punishing the person that is winning by marking him on everyone's HUD. You don't even get the inconvenience of just happening to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and stepping in front of people's bullets. No, everybody is gunning for you. It makes getting the drop on anyone impossible. And I don't know who decided it would be a good idea to add in a point-based system to Regicide. What you're doing is making it so that the person in first place and the person doing the best can never get more points than the person losing, the person doing bad. You are rewarding the worst player by doing this, and it's stupid. Now that I've covered that, let me talk about this map just a little bit. This map was obviously made for Team Slayer. For Team Slayer, it works very well, but for free-for-all, a lot of things happen that are a little annoying. Those things being, you spawn on the... Well, if you're looking at it from... Yeah, I can't tell where you're talking about. The right side of the map towards the cliff wall. If you spawn over there, it's completely wide open, and a lot of times you spawn over there and die instantly. There's nothing you can do in free-for-all game mode. In Team Slayer, this doesn't happen that much, but in free-for-all, it happens all the damn time. So, again, this map, great for Team Slayer, but for free-for-all, it sucks. Alright, now the weapon balancing issues. This is something that is a little bit annoying. So, first off, I've already established that the DMR needs a little bit of a nerf. It has less recoil, and it shoots a little bit faster than the light beam rifle, which is supposed to be its counterpart, and it kills faster than other guns. When you were getting beat up close by a DMR when you have a battle rifle, that's a sign that there's a little bit of an issue with the DMR. And I'm only using it because this map is a long-range type map, so the DMR and the light beam rifle are the guns to use on this map. Secondly, medium-range weapons. Now, I've kind of covered this a little bit. The storm rifle is pretty fucking useless. It has no range. Unless they're within 10 feet, you're not going to win that battle. But I didn't really cover the other ones, and I'm starting to notice a trend. The assault rifle, the suppressor, and the storm rifle cannot beat a battle rifle at medium range. They lack the accuracy. And you may be saying, isn't that the point? To an extent, yes, but when they're supposed to be for close to medium range, and battle rifles will always kill you at medium range when you're using a medium range weapon, then you start to notice a little bit of balancing issues. They need to have a little bit more accuracy. And the third thing I really want to rant about is this fucking bolt shot. This thing definitely needs a nerf, to say the least. Now I'm using the hell out of it in this game, just to make an example. And really the biggest complaint I have about it is that it has too much range. If it didn't have so much range, I wouldn't be bothered by it. And by the way, there's that issue I'm saying where you spawn in the open and you're fucked. It doesn't help that I'm the king. I died a lot this game because I was a king for a long time. So the bolt shot, that's my biggest problem. It has too much range. You can kill someone up to a good 10-15 feet away with a charged bolt shot like that. That's just ridiculous. You're basically spawning someone with a secondary shotgun. That's their second weapon. Being a shotgun? No, that's not good. Now, there's two ways to solve this. One, you can make it so it doesn't have as much range, and then it'll be fine, because you do have to charge it up, and it's only 2 shots when you do charge it up and you shoot charge shots twice. But yeah, too much range. The other way to solve this issue is that you can make it so that it won't ever be a one-hit kill, and it'll just drop the shields. Basically be the equivalent of the plasma rifle in the previous Halo games. That would also work. But as it stands right now, it's a little bit overpowered, and I really wouldn't complain about this if it was a main gun, but it's a secondary. The secondary is better than anything else you'd ever want to carry. The rest of the secondaries are pretty balanced in perfectly. The Magnum, they did a very good job balancing that Magnum in. You can now use it as a primary weapon if you wanted to, but all your main guns are still going to be just as useful, and it's not as overpowered as it was in previous Halo games. The plasma pistol, they actually balanced it in accordingly, in my opinion. Its basically only use now is to take down doors in the Dominion mode and to take down vehicles. that's pretty much all you're going to use it for. You can't really use a noob combo reliably as much as you used to. Other people end up killing you faster than you can switch your gun out, even with the ability that makes it so that you can recharge your abilities faster and swap guns faster. Even with that ability, they're still probably going to kill you before you get a chance to shoot them. Also, it doesn't lock on to people as well. It still locks on to vehicles very well, but people not so much. So, yeah, the plasma pistol definitely balanced accordingly, so I'm surprised that they didn't balance in this bullet shot. Maybe it's because it's a new gun, and I would have got that kill as well, but half of my BBs missed him because it does fire numerous like orange BB type things. Half of them missed and hit his foot. Otherwise, I would have got a double kill just by using the bullet shot when he is a railgun. That really, really shouldn't happen. So other than that, I think that's about it. The only other complaints I can really think about is just Valhalla, because I complained about this before, but Valhalla worked in Halo 3 well. I wasn't a big fan of it because it was just very wide open, but it worked. In this game, it really, really does not work. It works well for Capture the Flag, but for Team Slayer, it's fucked. You cannot do a damn thing in Team Slayer. If you haven't gotten into a vehicle already, and you haven't found a power-up, and there's nothing you can do. And since the power-ups no longer work like they did in the previous Halo games, since they no longer spawn in very specific locations, this creates a little bit of an issue. You don't have a reliable weapon to defend yourself against vehicles. You're basically just going to be cannon fodder for anyone with better guns and better vehicles than you have. So just hope to God that you find a Gauss cannon or a mech or something around that you can actually use. Now, like I said before, that's all the problems I have with it. The more and more I play Halo, the more and more I realize it does have some issues, and the game did just come out not even a week ago. So I'm sure they're going to be solving some of these issues, and I'm sure they're going to be aware of them if they're not already aware as is. They fixed the server issue pretty quickly within the first day of Halo 4 being released. For some odd reason, they elected to make all your saves save onto a cloud. So if you end up losing connection to a server but are still able to get into a game, you'll be in SR1. But they managed to fix that, and that was solved within the first day. So I'm expecting them to patch it when they really, really have solutions. And also, see, that was a good example right there. That's what the bullet shot should be able to do. Just drop the shields and basically work like a noob combo instead of insta-kill them. Because that is just... You shouldn't be able to carry basically a power-up as your primary. But yeah, I'm expecting 343 to patch most of this. Most of this is stuff that became apparent after release. And other than that, honestly, I do think they did a very good job balancing things in. They made the assault rifle and the suppressor still... They're usable. Like I said, if someone has a battle rifle at medium range, the battle rifle is probably going to win unless a person actually misses. But they balanced it in much better than previous Halo games. The pistol is no longer the main gun to use, and your assault rifle is basically your secondary for your pistol. That's not the case anymore. The pistol is a secondary. It feels like a secondary, but you can still use it if you want to. It's that perfect mix between the two. Plasma pistol, as I already mentioned how they balanced that in very well. I didn't know how they were going to do that, and that was a concern of mine before, because if you spawn with the plasma pistol, all people are going to do is do the noob combo like they did in Elite Slayer, which I loved Elite Slayer, but that was something that could have been addressed in Halo Reach. Also, no elites in Halo 4, mad. But, forgot what I was going to say there. Let's see, the rest of the guns seem to be working pretty fine. I'm not complaining about the battle rifle. I keep using it as an example, but do not misunderstand what I am saying. The battle rifle is balanced in perfectly fine. Same thing with the Covenant Carbine. I think those are balanced in perfectly. The rest of everything else, really, other than what I mentioned, everything else seems to be much better than I ever anticipated Halo 4 being. It's just the few examples do really start to degrade the multiplayer the more and more you play it. And Regicide, the game mode, is really where it starts to show up. If you haven't experienced this before, play some Regicide, and you'll really start to see these issues show up. Because in Team Slayer, I wasn't really noticing them. In Team Slayer, it didn't bother me. Nothing worked wrong. And then I started playing Free-For-All, and I started noticing these problems one after one. And the game is supposed to be made for Free-For-All as well. It's not just supposed to be a Team Slayer game, so that's not the issue either. So once they do this, and by the way, there's a slew of good things I can say about Halo 4. I've said a few of them already. They've done a lot of things I've wanted them to do. No longer is there friendly fire in Team Slayer, thank God. That's something I've wanted them to do for a long time, because I got so sick of people trying to kill me because I picked up the sniper rifle. My own teammates would kill me to take the power-up that I picked up. If you do that, fuck you. But thankfully you can't do that anymore in Halo 4 because there's no friendly fire. in Team Slayer. There is friendly fire in other game modes like Dominion and stuff like that, but in normal Team Slayer, there's no friendly fire. So that's something I wanted them to do for a long time. Another thing they did that I was really happy about, they made it so that if quitters leave, other people can join in. You can join mid-game, which is a big plus, because before, in all the other previous Halo games, if someone left, then you just have a smaller lobby, and then, you know, quitters would ruin the game, because you went from an 8-person lobby to a 3-person lobby, and now it's not fun anymore. So, yeah, that, thankfully, they've added that, and there's other things that I am neglecting to mention, or actually just not coming to the top of my head, that I'm really glad they've done. I wish that they added some more into the playlist. I'm sure they're going to add more into the playlist as of now. I'm confused as to why there's no SWAT. I was very surprised at that, because SWAT in Halo 4 would work very, very well. It would be much more like, say, Halo 1 is what it would kind of feel like, Halo 1 or Halo 2. Back in Halo 1 where you do, like, no shields and pistols, that's what it would kind of feel like, as well as Halo 2 where you do battle rifles and no shields. And I have a feeling SWAT would be everyone using battle rifles. But I'd still like to see them say, hey, you want to use the DMR, the light rifle, basically the medium long-range guns, basically use all those and be SWAT. So that'd be pretty cool to see, but that's not there yet. I'm sure they'll be adding in more to the playlists. I know they made something for Gripball, although I haven't seen it. It might already be in the game. I'm not really looking for it, honestly. I never really was too interested in Gripball. It's a cool concept, but I don't know, it's not really why I play Halo. I'm glad they added it in nonetheless. You can always have more variety. And the only other thing that I haven't really checked out is Forge. I kind of digged around with it, but I haven't seen any of the extra stuff. But hey, there we go. Just won the match. There's been my concerns with Halo 4. Hopefully 343 will listen. Hopefully they will patch them, because a lot of these issues are stuff that people have been saying for a while. For instance, DMR. A lot of people have been complaining about that. Same thing with the bullet shot. People have been raging about those two things specifically. I haven't seen too many people complaining, saying that the storm rifle and the medium range guns don't have enough range. I've seen it around, but that's something I also would like to see changed. So hey, there you go. There's some more Halo 4. There's been my concerns, and I'll see you later.